A 180-pound Viking warrior walks into your gym. He challenges your biggest bodybuilder, 280 pounds, benches 405, squats 600. They're going to arm wrestle, then see who can row a boat for 12 hours straight. You'd bet your life savings on the bodybuilder for the arm wrestle, right? Watch what happens. The bodybuilder's grip gives out in 8 seconds. The Viking doesn't even look tired. And that's just the arm wrestle. When they get to the boat, the bodybuilder taps out in 45 minutes. The Viking? He's still rowing at hour 10, singing songs. How is this possible? What you just watched reveals something we've completely forgotten about strength. See, everyone assumes modern bodybuilders would destroy Vikings in every measure of strength. Bigger muscles, advanced training, steroids. It should be a massacre. But there's a type of strength we've completely lost in modern training. A type of strength that made a 180-pound man more dangerous than someone 100 pounds heavier. By the end of this video, you're going to understand why everything you think about building strength is probably wrong, and why one specific type of training creates a completely different human being than the other. First, let's get the obvious out of the way. Modern bodybuilders are absolutely massive compared to Vikings. Archaeological evidence shows the average Viking warrior was 5 feet 8 inches to 5 feet 10 inches, weighing 170 to 190 pounds. That's smaller than most guys at your local gym. A competitive natural bodybuilder at the same height might be 200 to 220 pounds on stage. An enhanced bodybuilder, we're talking 250 to 300 plus pounds. So yeah, the bodybuilder has 80 to 120 pounds more muscle. In a bench press contest, squat contest, any single rep max lift, the bodybuilder wins. Not even close. But here's where it gets weird. When Professor Neil Price from Uppsala University analyzed Viking skeletal remains, he found something that didn't make sense. The bone density in their shoulders, backs, and forearms showed stress markers that shouldn't be possible at their body weight. Their muscle attachment points were so developed that it looked like they were carrying way more muscle than the skeletons suggested. How does someone who weighs 180 pounds develop bone stress patterns that rival modern strongmen? Here's what the research started revealing, and it's going to change how you think about training. Vikings didn't train, they worked, every single day, for survival. Think about what that actually means. You wake up and immediately start rowing a longship, not for 45 minutes, like a workout, but for 12 to 16 hours during raids. You're hauling fishing nets that weigh hundreds of pounds. You're farming with hand tools, no machines, no rest days. You're wrestling as sport and training. And occasionally you're fighting in actual combat where your strength determines if you live or die. Your body isn't getting a workout, it's getting used as a tool, constantly under real load with real consequences. But here's the part that doesn't make sense at first. How does this make you stronger than someone who's scientifically optimizing progressive overload in a gym? The answer is something we've completely lost in modern training, and it has to do with how your nervous system adapts to different types of demands. When a bodybuilder trains, they're doing something very specific, isolated muscle growth with planned recovery. Chest day, back day, leg day. You hit a muscle group, rest it for 5 to 7 days, repeat. You're optimizing for size and specific movement patterns. Your nervous system learns, I need to move maximum weight for 1 to 15 reps, then rest. When a Viking trained through work, something completely different happened. Their nervous system was learning, I need to output strength continuously, under fatigue, in unpredictable patterns, with no rest coming. Watch what this creates. Grip strength. Modern research on occupational athletes, which means dock workers and fishermen for example, shows they develop grip strength that's 40 to 60% higher than gym-trained individuals at similar body weights. Why? Constant varied grip demands under real load. Vikings spending decades on rope work and weapon handling would have had grip strength that would shock modern athletes. We're talking about casually closing heavy grippers that most bodybuilders can't even budge. Work capacity. This is where the real separation happens. Bodybuilders train in sets with rest periods. Vikings had no rest periods. Your muscles learn what you demand of them. Demand constant output. You build mitochondrial density, capillary networks, and fatigue resistance that set-based training never develops. Strength endurance. A bodybuilder might squat 600 pounds for 1 rep. A Viking might squat 350 pounds, but could do it after rowing for 8 hours and then do it again the next day. But here's what's really interesting, and this is where everyone gets the comparison wrong. We keep asking, who was stronger? But that's the wrong question. It's like asking whether a Formula One car or a tank is faster. It depends on the terrain. Put them in a gym doing max effort single reps. Bench press, bodybuilder destroys the Viking. Squat, bodybuilder wins by 200 plus pounds. Deadlift, not even close. The bodybuilder has optimized their nervous system for maximum force production in specific ranges of motion. They win every single gym lift, but now change the test. Put them both on a long ship that needs rowing for 8 hours. The bodybuilder's grip fails in the first hour. Their shoulders are screaming by hour 2. By hour 3, they literally cannot continue. The Viking is just getting warmed up. Make them both haul fishing nets for a day, then build a shelter, then defend it. The bodybuilder is done after the nets. Here's what we've lost. Functional strength isn't about maximum output. It's about useful output over time under real conditions. And here's the uncomfortable truth that nobody wants to hear. If you dropped a 280-pound enhanced bodybuilder into Viking Age Scandinavia, they wouldn't last a week. Their strength wouldn't translate, they'd gas out, their work capacity is too low. Their grip would fail. Their bodies are optimized for aesthetics and specific lifts, not survival. But drop a Viking into a modern gym, give them 3 to 6 months to learn the movement patterns and progressive overload, they'd adapt. Their work capacity, mental toughness, and base of functional strength would all translate. But here's the plot twist that changes everything. Neither one is better. They're different tools built for different jobs. Want to win a bodybuilding show? Train like a bodybuilder. Isolation work, progressive overload, aesthetic focus. Want to look like you're strong? Bodybuilder training. Want to be strong in ways that matter outside a gym? You need to train like your life depends on using that strength. Carries, pulling, grip work, movement under fatigue, no rest periods. The Vikings accidentally discovered something we're just rediscovering now with functional fitness. The best way to build useful strength is to use your strength for useful things. So who was stronger? In single rep maxes? Modern bodybuilder, no contest. In useful strength applied over hours and days? Viking, absolutely. In strength that keeps you alive? Viking. In strength that wins competitions? Bodybuilder. The real lesson isn't about Vikings or bodybuilders. It's this. Strength is specific. You get what you train for. We've traded functional capacity for aesthetic size. Neither is wrong. They're just different. Maybe it's time to stop asking, how much can you bench? And start asking, how long can you actually work? So, how long can you work? Are you gassed out after hauling some furniture, but your bench max is 315 pounds? Does your grip give out after 5 minutes while carrying the groceries for your mom? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed watching. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.